If you can't get a CGC submission to turn out the way you want it to, just send in more books. Hey there, today I have a CGC unboxing video, and in this video I'm going to open up this submission that I sent to CGC, and it was an 8-book, 9.8 pre-screen. From the size of the box, it does feel like most of them got graded, but I think what I'm always curious about is to figure out if any of the books were rejected and really take a look and examine those books and learn from them to figure out why CGC was not giving a 9.8 to a particular raw book. And I like looking at that more than I do looking at like a 9.6 slab and really trying to evaluate and pick out the one defect, because I see similar defects in a 9.8 and kind of gets confusing. So I like to look at the rejects and study them. I'm not saying there are rejects in here. This is another submission where I don't know the grades. I'm really trying to be on my best behavior and not peek and not look at these grades ahead of time. I know I have some fans of the channel that are, I'd say, aggressively demanding that I not look at the grades beforehand so that you can see my full surprised, shocked reaction to these books. I do feel like, even though it is fun to see the grades first, I spend so much time waiting for these books. I do like to look online, but there is a thrill, almost, again, like a conditioned mystery box opening. Of maybe there are prizes in here. There is a certain thrill to just seeing the grade as the slab is unboxed, and I get that. And I also think that that shows some of the authenticity of the process where this is real. And if you watched my last unboxing video when I pulled out an 8.5, you know, it stings. I mean, and it carries with me. So when you see it online and it's just a web page with a grade, it doesn't carry as much weight as when it's your book graded in hopefully a 9.8 or in a lesser grade, and you try and learn from it, or maybe it doesn't get graded at all. I am hoping, again, based on the dimensions of the box, I mean, this is very typical. I would say it does look a little thinner. I don't know if there's truly 8 slabs in here, but there's only one way to find out, and that is to open this up. Okay, the box is opened up. Let's get going, and let's look at this CGC 9.8 pre-screen. Now, one thing I need to do is figure out if there are any rejects, and I am going to blindly count my fingers here. Sometimes you just kind of have to feel your way around, and I think I'm counting 8 slabs. So this might be an... Oops. Maybe I just cracked one. All right, I'm going to stop, get my hands off the slabs. Okay, so I think this is a 9.8, 8 for 8, but bear with me as I go through this, and I'm kind of looking off the side. So in no particular order, just grabbing a slab from the middle. Let's see what we got. The first random book, and I do this every time I hold the slab as if I'm going to do a big reveal. This is the 9.8 pre-screen, and I don't know if you know this about me, but I absolutely love foils. They're my favorite kind of comic book. And this one is Wonder Woman, number 799. It comes complete, encased with all of the glare. And I love this book. This is the East Side Comics foil edition, convention exclusive by Raza. And let's see. And it's a 9.8. Awesome. All right, very cool. Love this book. Hard to see on camera because of the foil, but really awesome Wonder Woman cover on Wonder Woman 799. All right, let's grab another one randomly. Let's see. And here we have Venom number 7. This is the Diamond Preview edition of Venom 7, and really love this cover. And I'm doing it again. I'm going to stop holding the grades because they're 9.8s. It's really stupid of me. This is the first appearance of Dylan Brock, first cameo appearance, first appearance. And if I remember right, I think I picked this up off of Hip Comic on either a Quality Comics or an Infinity Comics auction. But love this Ryan Stegman cover, and really cool kind of partial sketch, partial color cover here. Very cool. Venom number 7. in a 9.8. Now, just so you know too, none of these books were pressed. I did not press them myself. I did not send them to a presser. And I have a number of different queues that I've talked about where I have bins and slots in those bins for specific categorization or processing, if you will, where I have some books that are just going to go into my PC, some books that I feel like are worthy of a pre-screen, some books that just need to be graded as is, and I'm happy with whatever grade they get, and then some other books that I will submit for cleaning and pressing. The next order or two of CGC slabs that I'm set to receive should be books that pressers pressed for me. These books, I just saw them, pre-screened them myself, and thought they're worthy of a 9.8 pre-screen, so I'm going to go ahead and send those in. So these books were not pressed. I was going to do it again. I'm just going to show you. The next book is Spider-Man number 7. Can't get enough Spider-Boy. I keep sending these in. This was another copy that I picked up off of Midtown Comics. I think I bought 3 of them and submitted 2 or 3. I don't remember now. There's so many, but another copy of Spider-Man 7, the first cover appearance of Spider-Boy. All right. Next one, randomly, is Something is Killing the Children, number 30, foil edition, and this is a 9.8, clearly. So this was the book that I got the 9.9 in, and what I wanted to do was just in the same batch that I bought 3 copies of this book, and figured if one got a 9.9, I would send another one in. It got a 9.8, and I'm very happy with that. I absolutely, really just adore this cover by Tula Lotte. I have now 2 foils graded, plus the 1 in 100 that's not a foil, and it's just magnificent. I am a big fan of Tula Lotte, and really love one of my very favorite Erica Slaughter covers. So happy to have another foil, my favorite type of variant, in my collection. Okay, so far so good. Next up, we've got Moon Knight 200, and this is the David Finch variant cover. Another artist I love, David Finch. He's got some great YouTube live streams where he will start to finish be illustrating something. A lot of times he has guests on and maybe they collaborate. So a lot of fun there, but big fan of Moon Knight, and Finch is somewhat synonymous with Moon Knight. It's a character that he ended up doing quite a bit of work on, and I just thought this was fantastic. To me, this looks like a Moon Knight poster that I would want to pick up and add. So really happy to add this one. Anniversary milestone issue 200, and there's just something about Moon Knight and the costume it just lends itself to some really great cover art. Okay, 3 more to go, and the next one is Star Wars: The Mandalorian, number 5, the Patrick Zurcher Virgin Edition. This was another book I got in the same order as the Venom number 7, and pre-screened it myself and just thought, okay, this is a 9.8, want to send it in. Love Star Wars, love The Mandalorian, and just thought that this was one of his better covers. And really liked the full art copy here, this version, and wanted it kind of framed and encapsulated here in the slab. This was one of those cases where I knew this was a 9.8, and I just didn't want it to sit around in my collection because I really enjoyed the cover. And sometimes I'll make that decision over doing the financial and monetary analysis where it may not be completely above certain thresholds where it makes sense to send in, and then I just throw all that out and decide I want this book slabbed for whatever reason. And for this reason, it was for the great cover art by Pat Zurcher here on Star Wars: The Mandalorian, number 5. Okay, next one is another Wonder Woman 799 foil. So this one quite dominated. 3 out of the 8 books were foils. And again, probably fooled a little bit by the 9.9 I got with the foil. And I'm like, let me send in some more foils and let's really build up kind of a larger sample set here so that I could evaluate. And yes, I think in general, because of the nature of the books, it is a little easier to get the 9.9, but It's not a guarantee, still difficult, but very happy to have these foil editions in a 9.8. And I think certain foils, like the Wonder Woman and Erica Slaughter foil variants, they really do pop. I don't think every book should have a foil edition, but in some cases it does make sense. All right, and then the last book here, we've got Action Comics, number 1051, and this is the KRS Comics edition, cover art by Warren Lau. I have a number of these, and I had ordered some that were already encased in a 9.8. I pre-ordered them as slab 9.8s, and then I also ordered extra copies, and when I got the extra copies, I pre-screened all of them, picked out the 9.8s, and decided to send them in. And this was another great copy of Action Comics 1051 that I wanted to send in, and it too got the 9.8. And that concludes this CGC unboxing because there are no rejects in here. So how about that? Definitely a nice pick-me-up from the last Ronin Signature series where I was 3 for 5, plus a whole other order of oiled books that I got back from the post office. And so kind of a disappointing an experience that it kind of bummed me out. And kind of what I said at the beginning, I mean, I was sort of joking, but also it's kind of how I feel too, where if you feel a little bit disgruntled with the hobby, or maybe you're second guessing books that you purchase or speculating on, or pre-screening or grading, the only way to really overcome it is to do more of it. So if you're lacking confidence in pressing, press more books. If you are not sure about your grading skills, grade more books, study, do more. And it's the perfect way to kind of get over, I would say, maybe like a bad shooting night if you're a basketball player. I mean, if you're missing shots, just take more shots. And I think that that is kind of the advice that I give to myself, is that if I am doubting my skills as a collector, as a grader, as an evaluator of books and which books to send in, just try again, because I've been doing this a long time, and you know, every now and then it will pay off with a perfect 8 for 8 submission. Let me know what you think of these books. Do you love foil editions as much as I do? If you do, please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting, and see you next time. It's time to figure out how many of my comic books were rejected. If you can't get if you can't get a CGC submission to turn out, if at first you don't succeed, slab and slab again. That's dumb. Oh man.